Good afternoon and a warm welcome to everyone for taking time to join us today on the topic of how to unlock your child's brain potential to become fast independent learner. My name is Junie and I'm based in PJ, Malaysia. For those who are attending our webinar for the first time, let me briefly introduce our speaker, Dr. Ng Meng Lek. Dr. Ng went to Vancouver, Canada for his education and obtained a doctorate in American Educational Psychology. After he returned to Singapore, he founded several student care centers. For more than 20 years, he has been actively training students. This includes helping to improve the learning ability of students with learning and intellectual challenges. Dr. Ng has often been interviewed in Singapore newspapers, television, and radio. He also goes overseas to share about education and parent-child related matters, helping many parents to deal with their children's learning issues, be it concerning schoolwork or psychological aspects. Without further ado, I shall hand over the time to Dr. Ng. Over to you, Dr. Ng.
Thank you, Junie. So today, I think parents come in for this talk is because we have so many burdens in our shoulder, and one of it is if my child couldn't learn well, it means he have no future. So we are wondering how to help them. There are two extreme parents. One is, well, it's okay to let them be happy. So many years ago, I have a parent, when I share, he said, no lah, let them play lah. And I say, yes, must let them play, but also must equip them so that they can learn. And then the parents say, no, that is wrong. But what happened is when the child go to primary one, and the child couldn't learn at all, then the parents, the last way to solve the problem is they migrate to Australia. They said no stress there. So they migrated. Now this is one extreme. We don't want to have let the child have stress. The other extreme is, wow, they will do anything just to get the child to go for study and make sure they study well, make sure they will score well. But why our children is not interested and why the result is poor? Usually we will send them for tuition. That is our only solution. What else can we do? Scold them, cane them? Well, send them for tuition. Now, maybe that helped, and sometimes some children didn't get help from that. It is not the tuition having problem. Okay, there are three areas that we need to address and see where the child had the problem come from. Of course, there are four areas. The other area is I don't want to touch on. That is study skill. And I know that we have many experts there. If I have a chance to invite them, then I will include that part. Ask them to do it. I do not know how to do it. They have study technique, skill, how to prepare for exam, and all this can be trained. Okay, so sometimes the children score very well, but when they go to exam, then they fail. So there is reason and there is technique to help them. Okay, so that part I will not touch on. But today I will touch on three areas. The child having problem in the study. Firstly is because of physical problem. So sometimes it's heavy metal. Heavy metal surely affect a child in their learning, in their development, in their sleep, rest. Now all this will affect his learning. So you need to check, and sometimes not enough sleep. Now in the market, there are many products that they can help the children. To remove heavy metal, the simplest and cheapest way is drink distilled water. How to do it, you ask the consultant who invite you. They will teach you how to do it. That is the cheapest way. And sleeping, there are many products also. I come across with these ladies that they have some products help the kids can sleep very well. So they have some research on. So you can go and check with them. I'm not selling and I don't get any commission. So you can just go and look for it. And I think there are many products can help. And the other thing is the child lack of exercise. Now the only exercise they have is one finger exercise. That is the highest kung fu in China. Now the children only use one finger to play with the handphone. That is not enough. The child need to do a lot of exercise, diets, and some children don't like to eat. They always like to go for McDonald's. There is something not so good. So we have to look into all these areas. Mineral, sometimes too much sugar will affect their memory. So there are many research. Sometimes it's visual. They need to wear a spec. Sometimes it's hearing problem that they can't hear clearly. And I have a child, the mother bring the child here and ask for help. That my child cannot learn what to do. So when I go through the physical parts to check what happened to the child, and each time in the beginning when I ask, okay, how are you? What is your name? And then he will use the hand to knock the mother and ask the mother what this gentleman is talking about, asking what. And then the mother will repeat the question. So each time he needs the mother to repeat the question. So then I look through all the subject and I ask Chinese, who is the teacher? Or Miss Tan. English, Mr. Tan. And Max, Miss Who. And those Miss one, wow, all good result. Those Mr. one, all fail. Then the mother said, maybe the boy like ladies. I say, no. Maybe it's hearing problem. Because when I say something, he can't hear properly. So maybe you need to send in for checking, see whether the ear having problem. After checking, it's true that he only can hear high pitch. So that's why ladies, usually the tone is higher. So he can pick up the words that the teacher was teaching. So then the doctor gave him a earphone. So when a male teacher come in, just tune up, then all will tune up. When the ladies teacher come in, just tune down. And then he solved his problem. He don't need to go tuition. He don't need to go anything because he can learn from there. So the next area we need to check on the child is physical. There are many areas. So I just list out a few. Psychological parts is another area that we need to check. Is it our children having problem with that now? Stress. When it comes to study, he has stress, or he's tired of learning, or he has fear, he has phobia. He's not interested. He don't like his classmate. He don't like the teacher. Last time I have a child. He P4, and then the mother told me, "Wow, P4 Chinese very difficult." And the child scored 0. But I said, no, not true. Your child primary 3, the Chinese score average 94. You know, how can he just fail until 0? Then I suspect it's not here problem. It's the heart problem. So I said, let me talk to your child. So I asked the boy, what happened to your Chinese? The boy said, my Chinese very good. I said, wow, you scored 0, you still consider good. Then he understand. He smiled and he said, "Okay lah, I know what you are trying to ask lah." He said, "My Chinese is very good, but my Chinese teacher is the most stupid teacher in the whole world." I said, "Wow, what happened? Why your teacher is so stupid?" Then he explained. It was first day he trying to help the teachers to clean the blackboard, to arrange the chair. And then the teacher scolded him, "No, you naughty boy, why you are outside here? You are not sitting on your." Wow, he said, "I'm helping you and you scold me. You stupid like you." He said, "When I walk back to my seat, I'm thinking of a way how to prove that she's the most stupid teacher in the whole school. Not only whole school, the whole world." He said, so he think of a way. He said, if I'm so smart and the teacher teach me until I get 0, you see, she do not know how to teach us. Stupid teacher. I'm so smart and yet, and she do not know how to teach me. She's stupid lah. If I'm stupid, you cannot teach because I'm stupid lah. But if I'm so smart, because he's top 10, top 10 in the class. So I'm so smart and yet he cannot teach. That means he's most stupid teacher. So I say, okay. And the rest, the student, your classmate, the highest score. Oh, the highest score. The highest is 54. The lowest, then he said the lowest is 36. Or not sure lah, 30 something lah. He said, but I said not true. The lowest is 0. You are the one who 0. You got 0. He said, yeah, because she's stupid lah. That's why I got 0. I said not true. Now you see, you said you are the top 10, and those 30 students, which is not so clever as you are, and yet the lowest score, they still able to score 30 over 36 or 38. And no, those students are not so clever and the teacher able to teach them. That means in your class, there's one student is so stupid than those 30 students that the teacher couldn't teach him. So he scored 0. Not the teacher stupid, it's you are stupid. Then he said, alamak, I tried to prove that she is stupid and now I'm the most stupid. I said, yes, you are using the wrong way, wrong technique. Now, if this child you send for tuition, it will not help because it's not cognitive problem, not that his IQ is low. It is psychological problem. He don't like the teacher. So sometimes the child having problem in their learning. So we need to check whether is it physical problem, is it psychological problem. The next area is whether it's learning abilities. Now, what are learning abilities? When school wanted to pass the knowledge to our children, we use 3 ways to present it. First one is figural. That is simple. So what is this? This is apple. So when children are young, we point at the object, table. This is chair. This is car. This is light. This one is daddy, call daddy, something like that. But sometimes the object is, the color is not the same. The size is not the same, but we still can recognize this one, the shape. I think this one's still apple because it looks like even though it's smaller, the color is different, but he still can recognize this is apple. But we cannot only using figure to pass the knowledge. If I want to teach your child 1,000 apple, wow, I need to have half a day to draw, and then he take another half a day to go and count. So we need second way to present it. That is symbol. So I just need to write 1, 0, 0, 0 and complete 1,000. So I think 90% we are using symbolic to present the information for the child. But when come to symbolic, it's so much different from figural. It don't look like apple. Okay, the words is apple, but the shapes is don't look like apple. But sometimes parents don't understand. We scold our children, you are naughty. Why you use half a day to learn a simple words apple? You not concentrate, you're naughty, you're playful, then we scold him. In fact, it's not easy, Maybe last time we also used half a day to learn apple. Now, all this using different language to write apple. The most simple ones is these 3 letters, Hebrews letters. Okay, parents, can you write Hebrews apple? Not easy, right? Yeah, so when it comes to learning symbolic, they need more abilities to learn. The basic, the one is visual. You need to have visual memory. You need to have auditory memory. You need to have observation skill. Okay. So the next one is semantic. And this is something abstract. You can't draw honest. You can't draw diligent. And so this is even harder. So a child to learn in the school, to digest, to understand, to comprehend what the teacher is trying to tell him, he needs 39 abilities to digest all the presentation of the information. So the child needs these 39 abilities and they need to be trained. Okay, like problem solving, sequencing, evaluation, observation, relationship. All these 39 abilities is required so that he have the abilities, then he can learn. Now, education system have been guided by learning theory. So we need to know the child is learning through visual or auditory, or he is a kinesthetic learner. Education also guided by teaching theory. So the MOE have spent so much money to train all the teachers, at least 3 to 4 years, to train them well, to deliver the content, the knowledge to our children. And they are professional. Okay, if a teacher presenting a content, a knowledge, teaching the class, half of the class learn and some of them did not, cannot learn at all. So the problem is not because of the teacher. If the teacher couldn't teach well, that means whole class will not learn. But if half of them or some of them learn, some of them cannot learn, it is because some of them do not have the abilities to digest. That is cognitive. So education have not guided by cognitive theory. Why I say that? Because if you were to ask any educator, have you prepared my child to school? Well, most of them will say, yes, they can follow instruction, they can sit still, we have teach them ABC, numbers, some vocab. But if they have not equipped them with the 39 abilities, the child is not ready to go to school to learn. It's like computer. A computer, we need to have a hardware. So hardware meaning that it's like physiological, the physical parts of a child. If you use last time the computer 286, that now cannot work because working too slow. So the hardware, in fact, will affect a computer to function well. Secondly, a computer, you need to have a battery. No battery means flat. It will not work for you. So it's just like psychological problem. If the child reluctant to learn, then that's it. Even though he is very clever, he said, I don't want to learn. That's enough. Then he will not learn. The last one is the computer need to have the software. Without the software, he cannot work for you. If you want the computer to process the photo, then you need to download Photoshop, Illustrator, or something like that, so that he can process photo. If you want to do accounting, then you need accounting software. You are engineer. No, there are different software. If you want the computer to process that material, then you need to download the software. Similarly, if the child need to go to school to learn without the 39 abilities, then he have problem to digest, to understand what are you trying to teach me. Even though he's concentrated, he trying to learn, but he couldn't, because he don't understand, he cannot digest at all. So how to train the child to equip with all these 39 abilities? Now, this is one of the way to train the child to have abilities to differentiate observation. Now, these two pictures, how many differences? Can you all spot and write your answer in the chat? How many differences? Any parents want to try? Can you spot?
Parents, you may type the answer in the chat room so that we can read out your answer. Your answer coming in 4.
Okay, good. So first one, this one. There's one time when I give talk in Penang, 16 architect. When I showed this first answer, the architect said, "Alamak, I missed the ball." I said, "How can you architect? You missed the ball." He said, "Yeah, usually this type of question is small parts. That's why I look for those small area. Then I miss the ball." Okay, second one, third one, the fourth one. Yeah, there is a cloud here. So the parents have a very good observation. Now, observation is the basic ability that the child need to have to learn symbolic. As over 90% of the knowledge contain the school using symbolic to pass the information to our children. And if he don't have these basic abilities, that observation, then he may have problem in learning symbolic. Then he may not able to learn. So we have one parents bring the child to me saying that, "Oh, my child cannot learn Chinese." So I wrote these 3 Chinese characters. The boy was so happy. Then he read out loud. He said, "Ta, ta, ta." I said, "Hey, boy, there's a dot here. This one, there is one dot here. So 3 are different." Then the boy said, "Oh, yeah. This one is ta. This one is Thai. This one don't know. I haven't learned." Can the boy miss the dot? Of course. The architect missed the ball, man. So can parents tell me how many 8 are there? See whether you can do it. How many 8 are there?
No answer yet. Okay, good. Answer coming in 4.
Wonderful. Good. Now, why observation are important? Like O and A, is it the same? You say, "Oh, you're so obvious." Sure. No. Those who are poor in observation, they will take longer time to look. Oh, this one is A, this one is P, this one is P and not Q and L and E. Oh, this is apple. Poor observation, you will read letter by letters to form the words. And if he have poor observation, his reading speed will be slow because it takes longer time to read a words. And then when reading speed is slow, then affect his comprehension. After reading, then he forget everything, then he go and read again. So a simple observation, and which is very easy to train. Just look at the picture and find out how many differences. And yeah, Mandy is here. So I use his friend illustration. Uh, her friend said that last time when I come to Singapore, wow, your Chinese are all the same. Cannot differentiate who is who. All look alike. I said, yeah, for Chinese, we also look all the same. But for them, they can differentiate, you know. These are American, this one from Europe. Then we are amazed them. But for Chinese, it's easy for them. This one Hokkien, this one Teochew, this one Cantonese. Now we can see the differences, slight differences, so we can differentiate. Okay, so you try and do again. How many A's are there?
Four seconds up. Okay, answer coming in 5.
Wow, good. Yeah, if you can do it within 4 seconds, that's why Junie said 4 seconds. You can do it within 4 seconds, your observation is good. Yeah, you may not, of course, some very good. He can, one eyes he grant, then he know that how many. That one is super good. In fact, we don't need that good. We do have some question so difficult. Unless you want to go for competition. These two picture, how many differences? Difficult. Don't do. Okay, now this is another abilities to train, the photographic memory. And this exercise is to helping the children to have recall abilities. After seeing something, he is able to recall. If you can recall, then you have memory. Then you can train long-term memory. So you need to have the abilities to recall. So parents, you try. How many red dots? Ready? Watch. How many red dots?
Answer coming in 8, 6.
Wonderful. Good job. Okay, let's try again. Ready? Watch.
Answer coming in 16, 17, 14.
Good job. Okay. So try one more. It's very difficult, but you try. Now, last time we can remember all our friends' phone number. Wow, primary school and secondary school, A-level, university, our neighbor, our colleague in phone, our relative phone number, everybody is all in our head. Now, if you were to ask me, Doctor, what is your wife phone number? My wife number? Wait, let me check. It's all inside the handphone. If I were to put down my handphone, if I try to memorize all the phone number, and all of us able to recall all the phone number without our smartphone helping. And all the abilities, 39 abilities, can be trained and can be improved. If we can improve all the 39 abilities after training, if I can improve all the 39 abilities, meaning I'm able to learn and I'll be enjoying learning. Okay, so the answer is 34. I can't do it now. But after training, all my students able to tell me 51, 62. But now 34, we can't do it. But slowly, from 14, we go to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Slowly, you are able to do. So this is another abilities. Spot the odd one out. Classification. Which one not belong to here? Let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one? Which box?
Answer coming in picture number 2.
Correct. Why? Because it's alphabets. The rest are numbers. What happened? All alphabets. So the answer is?
Answer coming in number 3.
Good. Yeah. Although all are alphabets, but some uppercase, some lowercase. And this is the only uppercase, capital letters. Okay, parents try.
Answer coming in picture number 3.
Wow, good. That's fast. That's one more.
Answer coming in picture number 2.
Good. You see, I didn't give you answer. If I were to give you answer, won't help, because if come up with the next question, you are unable to do. Okay, so this one, why number 2? Because the rest have one upper, one lower, one upper, one lower. This one is all lower case. Okay, the rest is just to make you confused. Now the next one, only 5 years old boy able to do. And we have one in Singapore, one in Malaysia. Malaysia one, I think, is in KL or Penang, forgot. One China, one Taiwan. Taiwan is the first one who did it. So try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one? Wow.
Answer coming in picture number 2.
Okay. Okay, the answer is number 1. I asked the boy, why you choose 1? The boy said, all straight line, this one all crooked one, circle one. So I said correct. So sometimes we classify things by colors. Sometimes it's by shape. Sometimes it's the numbers or the sequence. So there are many ways to classify. So this is using shape to classify. So I told the boy, you are right. So the next one, using the same method. So let's parents try.
Number 2.
Wow, correct. Why? Because the rest are short. This one all tall. Yeah, the boy said the same thing. Number 2, correct. Good job. Okay. So this one too difficult. Don't do. Okay, this one. Which one is the same as above? 1, 2, 3. Which one?
Answer coming in picture number 3.
Good. So this one is 3 years old questions for kindergarten. This one?
Answer coming in picture number 1.
Good job. This one?
Answer coming in picture number 2 from the same parent.
Wow. Okay, this one a little bit difficult. Okay.
Answer came in number 1.
Correct. So next one is regardless of color. You look for same size and same shape.
Answer coming in picture number 2.
Good job. So you don't confuse by the colors. The next one, you need to be careful.
Answer coming in picture number 1 from the same parent, Dr.
Wow, good job. You don't confuse by the colors. That's good. Okay, good. So we have a parents who trying to help his son since kindergarten until primary 6, and he even enrolled himself to get a special needs degree in this master degree, and couldn't help the son. So he got my program. So listen to his testimony.
My son has a auditory processing issue, and that really impede his learning. And this year, when he's going for his PSLE, P6, I was really desperate to be looking for an answer for him. And even to the point where I actually enroll myself in a course to learn about special need. But what I've learned is that most of the solution out there is talking about how to compensate for his problem. And I realized that just compensating for his weakness, for his cognitive dysfunction, is not going to be the way to help him. And I was looking for something that will actually address his cognitive dysfunction. And when I came across NeuroLab, I just knew in my heart that this is something that is what I was looking for and something that would help him. So I started to get him to start the program. At the same time, to help him in his learning area in terms of helping him with his tuition, coaching him and all that. So I'm tackling him on two areas. First, the content learning part, and secondly, on his cognitive learning problems. So I find that this is really the right approach for him. And after a couple of weeks on this NeuroLab program, he began to start to able to understand certain concepts and certain things that he used not to be able to do before. Because I'm coaching him and I'm teaching him on some of the subjects that he's learning in school. And what really surprised me was that he could, I could see the result very fast. After about 4 weeks, he was able to process information and understand content much better than before. For example, he used to take my tablet to play, and I have a 6-digit number. And every time he has to come back to me and ask, what is the password again? What is the password again? And after 4 weeks of NeuroLab, one day he came to me and said, oh, you don't need to tell me anymore. I remember the number. So that is one way which I knew that the program is beginning to work on him. And the big surprise or big bonus was that when I received a call from the principal in school just a couple of weeks ago and told me that, oh, my son is going to win a prize. And that prize is the Bishop's Prize given to one child in the entire school for the one that can make the most progress. So with that, I realized that, yes, indeed, NeuroLab is something that has really helped my child. And I'm really grateful for able to access this program and allow it to work on my son. Thank you.
Okay, so on the left is the Best Progress Award, the principal, the son himself, and the wife. So this is the Bishop Prize that he mentioned. Okay, so the Minister of Education also give him the reward. So the in Australia, they also got 7 accounts from me for those special need children and development delay and reporting improvement in behavior and intellect. So this is
This is Isaac, and Isaac was part of our NeuroLab program. And the comment that Isaac had to make about NeuroLab was that it helped him to think more clearly and just be able to think about things for himself. Sorry, I stuffed that up there.
NeuroLab helped me concentrate better.
And go.
NeuroLab helped me switch on my brain in bed in the morning.
okay. These parents have a 20-year-old autism child, and after using the program for 10 days, and she saw amazing result. So the Malaysia Health Authority want me to explain why they have been training autism kids for more than 10 years and couldn't see any result. Why a program within 10 days you can see result? So I explained to the 19 head department. I say because I also don't know, because the program I designed is to help children with the cognitive abilities. It's not meant for a special need child. So I told them I do not know because that is my first case. But after 10 months, the boy, the father, the mother saw the result was amazing. And there is a professor from the university, Dr. Nor, took the account and go and do a research. After 6 months, she found out that all the children have improved in their executive function, in communication, and her research paper being awarded best research paper. That is 2019. She do the report. And we have a child in China suffer from Prader-Willi syndrome. And the whole world is about 100 over 1,000 this kind of children. Their average IQ is lower than 70. And the mother explained, since she's 5 years old, trying to teach her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in sequence. After 5 years, at the age of 10, after 1, she still couldn't give the right answer. So she got my program. After 1 month, she said now she can do 1 to 5 addition and subtraction. After 3 months, she's able to do 1 to 10 addition and subtraction. And this type of children couldn't present and talk properly. And yet after 3 months, the mother said, very happy and very angry because now the child argue with her. So she said very happy and very angry. So this is the chat group that they have. This one is the principal, Xu Fuji. It's in the chat group. And the mother said now she spent 3 hours studying, doing maths problem, not only mathematics, but problem solving. So, and this is another parents.
Hi, I noticed that your child are using my program, and why you started this program?
I have a kid, Ragnar. He's a kid with autism. So basically, for me, I do not have much expectation for him because academically he's weak. His fear is primary 1. And in primary 4, first term, he also fear most of his subject. So after signing the program, in fact, when my wife enrolled him for Dr. Ng program, I was very skeptical. I wondering what's so powerful about this program. In fact, I was a bit annoyed when she signed up without my permission. And it's quite a big amount of money. So since he already enrolled, we can really try. Okay? Amazingly, the first drastic difference I noticed after he took up for 1 month is the subject called symmetry. The math of itself is supposed to ask to draw the other part of the drawing. For normal children, I think this is a very easy subject. But no matter how hard, how I try to teach him, he just cannot draw the other part of the square or triangle. He just cannot draw it correctly. But after starting the program, this is the first obvious things I see. He was able to do it very fast. Even very complicated one, he's able to relate and draw very fast. Okay? So the great improvement came in when from borderline people who usually fears math, English, and this time the May exam, after signing for about 1 month plus, he get very well, I say above my expectation. I was hoping about 50 over mark, he gets 73 for his math. Something that's never happened from primary 1 to primary 4. Usually it's fear or maybe 50 plus, that's all. But now he got 73. And then science also improved a lot. Language, because of this training, he's able to sit still. And this is something, a vast improvement for autistic kids. To be able to sit still, extend his paying attention time. This is something I think is very valuable because it's not easy to make him sit still because attention span for autistic kids is very short. So it has been always a challenge to let him sit still and to study. And now I think there's a vast improvement. He's able to sit still and not only just sit still, concentrate. So I think that has helped, the Dr. Ng program has helped him. Okay? It totally erased my skepticism or my perception of this course. I have changed totally perception of this course. I strongly encourage people to give a try, because in the past I always thought this type of course is more for normal people, not necessarily it's not practical for people with special needs. But I think now my perception has changed. I think it's worth a try, because you never try, you never know how far your kids can develop. And it's quite amazing to see an autistic kid can improve so much within a short span of 1 or 2 months' time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this P1 result, English 19, and then mathematics is 42. After 1.5 months, he scored 73. And year-end exam, he got 76, science is 77. Okay, so the Y himself, the son, and this is the son. And this is a grandma from Hong Kong. After using the program for her granddaughter, first time in P1 to P3, she failed all her maths. P3, after using the program, first time she scored 85. So the grandson complained, why JJ have program I don't have? And then the grandma explained, because JJ failed, you top of the class, you don't need because you are top of the class. But the grandson said, no, cannot. If the JJ have, I must have also. So she bought for her grandson. The grandson from top of the class become top of the school. So the program can help children with challenges and also those children who are very smart. And this is from Malaysia. Hi, can you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, my name is Yongji. So I'm 18 this year. Last year I was 17, and I sat for my SPM last year. So at the month of August, I sit for my trial result, and it's 6A and 4B. So after my trial, I took the Neurolab, and I do for 3 months, and then I sit for my SPM. So within the 3 months, I feel that and I can find myself more easier in doing maths questions, especially in additional maths. So comparing to the time when I'm studying MS before the trial, is more tougher and more difficult, and it takes me longer time to solve a question. But after this, I can see some improvement in myself. And after that, when it's in SPM, the questions be more easier to solve, and my result for MS is A. From a C to A.
Wonderful. Okay, so she got 6A. Is very clever child already, a girl, and until 9A, and added A max from C become A. So we have this program for 1 whole year. First 3 months we'll give a report. After 3 months we'll give a report to show that your child progressed. After 6 months, we'll analyze your child, which is the best learning style. The 9 month different learning abilities will advise that which vocations that the child should go to. And last one is the summary. In fact, I invited a parents to give a testimonial. But the son having a Zoom tuition, so couldn't do it. But her best friend, Mandy, will help to share. So I stopped the sharing. Mandy, you can share the picture. Yeah, Mandy, hand over.
Okay,
to you.
we'll need Regina to share the picture of Sarah. Is Regina there?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, just a while.
Okay, so Regina will share the picture of Sarah. So this is Sarah and Neil. Okay, so Neil is actually 12 years old, and he was diagnosed with ADHD impulsive about 3 years ago. He used to be very weak in organizing his thoughts and was unable to do well in school. And that means it's in all subjects, math, science, and both languages. So Neil was very slow in copying down visual details in class. For his math, his English, his Chinese, all that very slow. His critical thinking skills for simple problem sums was also lacking. So his mom noticed that he was especially deficient in questions that tests his visual symmetry. So after he started training with Neurolat, she discovered that Neil's critical thinking and problem-solving skills have improved. He's much better in organizing his thoughts to come up with solutions for any given problem compared to last time. And his copying of the visual text is also not as tough for him anymore. In the past, he would copy down word by word. Now he can copy down in sentences. So he can actually memorize longer sequences and write them down. And his mom found out last week that he was also able to do the questions on symmetry. This was not possible in the past. His ability to visualize and solve questions has also greatly improved. So she started to notice that there was actually changes within after about 3 weeks into the program. And before that, he had been rejected from group tuition classes because he just could not understand what the teacher was teaching. But just 1 month after doing the program, he was accepted into a group tuition class. And now he is actually in a math tuition class.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mandy.